Hello, Kawans. Happy Thaipusam to those celebrating it. Welcome to Immortal Part 1. It's D&D Tuesday. In session 16, Wendigo opened up to Gunlog about his situation. Gunlog reached out on behalf of him and was met with solutions that were considered the better of several evils. Valerius took some time wandering around the halls to get his bearings and ultimately met a new friend before deciding to forego the interrogation to tinker about with a broken anti-magic device, letting his curiosity win. Meanwhile, Bosk and Morgana formulate plans and do some heavy thinking as well as at the well-catered mess hall. Does anybody want to do anything before we go straight into the interrogation? Yes, yes? No? Yes?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm hanging out with Wendy reading from the Communist Manifesto until we're ready to go.
Uh, Eventually, Wendy is done. He goes back into the mess hall. A
Okay,
little
so
bit messy. A little
uh,
bit is an understatement.
okay, to put this to put into perspective, uh, Wendigo has spent quite a bit of his life taking great pains to keep certain things out of the limelight, and a lot of that has just come to pass to Gunlark. Well, at least Gunlark knows, and he's pretty certain the Aegis knows. So in the context, it's like what he thought was his best kept, well, open secret is just far too open now, and he's not going subtle with this, as in he's more red than brown from the neck up, and even from there he's been dribbling over. So he's literally the epitome of black and white and red all over, except you wouldn't be laughing. And he's just going to get up, stand up, and start walking towards the interrogation location after a fashion.
Okay. Etienne sees you walk into the mess hall pretty much with the accoutrements and observes
Are,
the
can I
sight.
ask, why would we go back into the mess hall where there's a bunch of people? Would it be better to try to avoid, the whole of Aegis and just go straight
You
to their
it's
interrogation room?
impossible to avoid the whole of Aegis. You have to walk through the many various areas to get to the mess hall from your room or to get to other places from your room.
Yeah, but I was thinking in a mess hall is probably where there's a lot of people sitting and eating. Might not be the coolest place to take Wendy at the moment.
Uh then you have to tell me how you go around looking for Etienne who is at the mess hall.
I have a map, so surely I can ask it to take us to interrogation room.
No, it does
No,
not.
okay. Well, in that case, I guess we'd go. I mean, we are messy. This is a mess hall. I guess it's fine.
Yep.
Okay. Also, when Wendigo gets up, like the suit and everything just seems tighter, and he seems to have definitely gained maybe 2 or 3 inches. Like the thing is straining, doesn't fit him quite as well, and it doesn't seem to bother him as he goes.
Okay, okay. Etienne sees this, he observes, and then he goes, it seems that it's time to go. And then he gets up. He sort of looks at the amount of, I wouldn't call it blood at this point because it has been frozen. Now it's just general myoglobin dribbling down the shirt, which is slowly turning brown. And then he says, that's a very interesting decision, which I hope would be fruitful in your interrogations. He takes you through the halls. Gunlog, you're looking at the map right now, to
Hmm?
see if he is following any specific directions, but it seems like Etienne knows how to get through many places.
He doesn't use the map.
Nope. But
No.
when you
How
observe the
come you don't
map,
have to use a map?
he
I will
looks and he's
ask
like,
him.
Oh, it's good you have learned that you can use the map. I've been here long enough, so I have uh, access to various other information. It helps me move around in this place. He smiles. And you guys keep moving. Eventually, you find yourself in a more clinical hallway with many rooms, many doors on either side going through and past what you can see. He brings you to one side and points to 3 different rooms. As you walk past, you can see into those rooms. The captives sit. They seem cleaner than when they were brought in, alert in their new garbs. It looks like simple cotton clothes, something peasants would wear, no pockets. There's a viewing vestibule attached to each of the rooms with a 2-way mirror. Each captive is not bound or in any discomfort. The first room is the lighter green tone skinned half orc woman with short cropped black hair. The second room is the other half orc woman with copper braided hair and looks to be a shade darker than the one in the first room. In the third room, the ruddy haired man stands pacing, seemingly anxious. You see Etienne just put a hand to all 3 and wait.
Sorry, did something cut off?
No, he's just waiting for you guys.
Okay. Wendy, you full? You good?
This girl. He speaks polite, even in war. We can use that.
How would you like to use that?
They will be afraid of something they recognize.
What do you mean? Do you have any suggestions?
Ugh.
Okay. I suggest we start with that guy over there. He looks fucking nervous as shit.
Polite.
I
Use,
don't
then I will.
really do polite.
Do you want to do everything?
I mean, how about you go in and be a nightmare walking, and then I'll go and be not quite as bad.
As you wish.
Thank you going first.
All right.
Oh.
So Wendigo will. Okay, so the man is pacing, looking anxious.
Mm-hmm.
Wendigo will pick a moment when his back is towards the door and open it, stepping in.
He immediately turns around and looks very closed off. And he goes to the corner.
What's his immediate reaction?
He body language has closed off. And he is at the corner just looking at you.
How big is the room itself?
The room is probably So it's a very small cell, maybe 3 by 2 squares. So 15 by 10.
Okay, I need to think on this a bit. So as in he looked anxious, but as in did he suddenly change everything into closed off in an instant?
Yep.
Wendigo will walk right up to the other corner and sit down and look at him.
He looks confused, but he's still very, very quiet. To the point where you don't think you have seen him move yet.
Does Wendy intend to just sit there for a little while, or is he just like sussing it out?
Okay, Wendigo is trying to understand a bit more about this person's reactions because this is clearly something unlike, like Sima definitely reacted differently.
Hmm.
Like this is definitely a trained sort of response.
Mm-hmm.
Free.
So confused. He'll sit there and watch. Try to scrutinize this man's build, read the body language,
Can
understand the situation first.
I get both of you to make me insight check, please?
At the moment, I'm just watching from the outside, by the way. But I am definitely trying to pay attention to what's happening.
Absolutely, yeah. You can see this happen. Okay, 24. Wendigo, you just see a man who is scared, possibly. But you've
Mhm.
seen this reaction before, so it's not new to you. But what you think of is a mouse or a cockroach that has light shown upon it. Gunlog, you see this man sort of steel himself for whatever is coming. He doesn't know what it is, but he's ready. How long are you sitting there for, Wendigo?
Well, Wendigo will match his body language, sort of like fold up, sit there, and be absolutely still as well.
I'll let at least a few minutes go by of him getting to eyeball Wendy in all of his glory before I'll go in, let him stew a bit, and then go in. I'll probably take the boss. Morgana can come if she likes.
The first 5 minutes goes by. His frozen stance slowly softens up as he becomes a little bit more comfortable with the situation, but he's still very closed off. 10 minutes goes by, and he has put himself to the back wall so that there's something to lean on. You can see his right leg sort of pushed to the back wall, but his arms are still folded in front. 15 minutes goes by, not a change in his expression or body language. 20 minutes goes by, still the same.
I'll go in.
He turns immediately to the door as you come in, and his slightly more comfortable appearance goes back to back straight, legs sort of like a sort of put wide, like he's about to get punched.
Is this the guy that I knocked out with my inflict wounds?
I cannot remember.
Okay.
Can't remember which is which.
It was one of them.
Well, yeah, I know it was one of them. Just
Yeah.
wondering if it is one.
Let's roll a d3. Roll me a d3.
Okay.
No. Okay. What would you like to have? Is it 1, 2, or 3?
1.
Okay. Roll the d3 properly.
Do I have to write? Oh, is it passion part first?
Yeah. Slash r space.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the guy.
Okay. But presumably he recognizes probably me and Bosk.
Oh, definitely. He recognizes you considering you came in through the door, but he does not recognize Wendigo. Like, who this
Nah.
scary man? He
Ah,
sees you and he's like, "Oh, of course." Um, you find in front of you a table, very simple, wooden table, and 2 chairs. They're both bolted on the ground.
Would you like to have a seat? I'm saying hoping to try to do the nice good cup that Wendy was saying, but not sure how to do it.
He looks around. He looks at you and he goes, "I'm fine."
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
He continues scrutinizing you.
See, I'm the kind of punch first, ask questions later kind of girl, so I think it's question time.
He just continues looking at you.
Could start with your name. Good place to start.
I don't think so.
No? How about where you usually stay when you're on F1 Minor?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What about locations of Amadil and Kel?
Again, don't know what you're talking about.
Details of your work with them, the raids, the work that you do with Mr. Sunnybright. You don't know what I'm talking about him either, even though you were right there in the room with him.
He
Never heard
shakes
about
his
him.
head. There's a scowl slowly building. Like, if a scowl can get scowlier, it got scowlier.
Mm-hmm. No, doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't matter.
For me, maybe not so much. For you, it definitely will matter.
He shrugs.
Hey, Wendy, I think he needs a little encouragement.
Wendigo shifts in his seat. Useless. This
He
one is useless.
he continues looking at Gunlog. He hears you, but his eyes are on Gunlog.
Well, perhaps we could use him as an example.
Alright. And is anyone else watching here besides Etienne?
Bosk is behind the mirror.
I would have taken Boskin with me. I think
And
unless specifically Bennett said that he wants outside.
Okay. If Bosk is inside, she would have said that she's new to the job and that anything they can do to make it easier would be great. But he doesn't hear this. He sees a threat, which is mostly you. Oh, also
Alright.
Morgana. I don't know where Morgana is.
She's behind a window.
Ah, okay.
Okay. To throughout this, does it seem like prisoners from each cell can hear each other?
No.
Can we make it
From
so?
you can ask.
Okay. So the moment Gunlak says perhaps we can use him as an example, Wendigo will sick him.
Okay, make an attack roll with advantage because he's right now cornered.
He will, well, he will activate his Cold Fury as well. So, and reckless attack. Let me think. Yeah, I'll use the when he rages, he will manifest teeth and will bite.
Okay, definitely hit. This guy has no armor whatsoever. He's just wearing like cotton clothes. Where are you biting?
What is his nearest exposed limb?
Well, he's standing straight right now, so I guess his left arm, upper arm, like
Right.
bicep, tricep area.
Wendigo will chomp on it and latch on like a massive dog.
With the ferocity that you attack the guy, you also manage to lift him off the ground while he's in your mouth, and you haven't let go. He's gonna make a roll to see if him scared.
I
He's
feel like the
doing
roll
doing
should be at
okay.
disadvantage.
It is a disadvantage. You rolled a natural 14 and 15.
Do I get to throw an intimidation in as well?
Mm, sure, yeah. And then he'll roll another set of 2 dice. Because the first one is just pain. That's something. That's
I
something.
think I will throw. I'll throw inspiration. Why not?
Okay. Mm, I mean, he's still scared. Natural 17 and 18.
Okay.
He's scared, but he's not as scared as you want him to be. Like, he's still not spilling his guts out, for want of a better phrase.
Yes.
Yet. He is now holding back his pain through gritted teeth.
Oh, it's okay. You can scream. No one can hear you.
He just looks at the floor. And he starts breathing heavily, like calming breaths.
Wendigo will rip the arm off.
He screams as blood starts gushing out of the severed arm. And he grabs it and he tries to sort of stymie the flood. But slowly you see him go very pale.
Can I grab the arm from him?
Wendigo will grab his other arm to stop him from stymieing it.
You grab the other arm
Mhm.
This guy is slowly getting paler and paler.
By the way, boss says she steps in to administer first aid.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not reading the text.
Okay.
How is boss coming in with the first aid? Because
I'm not sure.
So
Oh, he's typing.
man.
He's typing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because right now this man has his arm torn off, blood is dripping down, and the other hand is sort of being stopped from going to the arm. And because Wendigo is so big, he cannot but lift the guy up a little bit, so he's about an inch off the ground.
He's using his medical kit.
What? Yeah. When they put him down, let Doc do his work. Her work.
Wendigo will toss him down to the ground, not gently at all.
He flies to the other corner where the good doctor is, where Dr. Boss kneels down and tries to start patching him up. But what he does is back away from Dr. Bosk and he says, "Doesn't matter."
I'm gonna just hold him while Boss can look at him.
At this point, he has no strength to push you off or stop any of this. There is a cauterizing kit in the first aid kit if you want to use that.
We'll
He
use
says
that.
yes.
Make a medicine check with advantage. Somebody can roll for Ben.
Do we have access to Bosk? No, DM only.
Just roll a d20, two d20s.
2d20s? Can do.
Then I shall look at the sheet. Okay, 19 plus stuff. I would say that's a decent amount. It does take you several minutes to stop the bleeding and
Now,
cauterize
I
the wound.
assume that you think that it doesn't matter because regardless of what happens here, you're done for. Doesn't have to be.
I don't trust you. Any of you.
Oh, no, you shouldn't. But we don't have to fucking kill you. I'm assuming if we let you go back to your people, they'll kill you. But we could always drop you somewhere else. You have to start wherever you want.
He like he gives you the most non-committal like one laugh, like a ha. And then he
Now,
goes,
can they find you wherever you go?
"You don't know shit, lady."
Well, I'm trying to fucking learn, hey? That's why we're here.
Then you
Is
gotta
the
learn the
arm
hard way.
still there? Is
Yeah,
the arm
the,
still there on the ground?
the arm is still there where you left it.
Yeah.
Wendigo pick it up and start eating.
He looks at Wendigo and he looks at his arm. Good luck. Make me an insect check.
He. On a scale of
What
1
is
to
it?
10, how disturbed is he?
He
20.
is. He sees his arm. It seems as though he has no regard for his life at the moment.
Hmm.
Like his fate is resigned.
Wendigo will stand up with the arm he's still eating and say, "You're busy with this one. I'll get the others." And he will leave the room.
Mm. Not really sure what to get out of this guy. Doesn't. It's hard to deal with someone that's not scared of anything.
No, Wendigo is basically saying you're busy with this one, I'll get the others.
Mm.
Which means like he's treating it as like, oh, you're stopping me from eating this one, I'll go get the others.
Yeah. Does he react to that at all?
He's still looking at the ground.
Yeah. He doesn't
Um,
show any concern for the other people.
he hasn't shown any concern for his life. He doesn't. With your 26, you can also tell he doesn't really care about the other two.
Yeah.
No, he definitely doesn't care about the other two.
I'm just having a quick look at my BLs and wishing that clerics had more fear-based spells.
At this point, what you want isn't fear-based stuff. So because like fear isn't so effective against this one, maybe some other sort of compulsion would work.
Don't really have, like, I can command, but it's just one thing I can suggest.
Mm.
It's like I can do compulsion, but I don't. What does compulsion do again? Nah, got nothing to do with what we're doing right now. Because it doesn't. It's not susceptible to bargaining at the moment, and does not care about anything.
Yep. So Wendigo's moving on.
Yeah. I think Wendigo's probably got the right idea.
Okay. Where is Wendigo going? Is it the first door or the second door?
I mean, for propriety's sake, door number 2 because it's the least amount of distance to get to.
You rock up to the second door. From outside, you see the half orc just sitting there, looking pensive, but she's not showing any signs of hostility because there's nobody in the room. And it doesn't seem as though she heard what happened in the other room either.
Wendy's still chewing on his arm.
Yeah, Wendigo is going to open the door and stroll right in and sit down opposite her.
I was hoping that he'd take long enough to check if he's got any tattoos or anything, so you could like make it a recognizable arm.
Make me an insight check, Wendigo.
17?
Easy. You see a face of recognition in her when she looks out to see this giant, like, bugbear chewing on an arm of someone she knows. You hear a sharp inhale before she cuts it out. And then more deep, calming breaths that you recognize from the guy.
Well, Wendigo will just sit down opposite her and continue to make his eye contact while chewing.
He's quiet. You look at her hands, and she has one hand over the other, forcing it to stop shaking.
Wendigo will just keep eye contact. Like he's not going to review, he's looking at anything else.
Make me actually that she's intimidated. I don't need you to make more intimidation checks. Gonna copy paste these words that Bosk has said. So Boss asks, what are we doing with this one? Is he going to the cells or? And then he bandages the wound and sort of helps him stand up to put him on the chair. The guy has lost enough blood to just follow along at this point. Physically, he is beat, but mentally, he is still holding strong.
Oh, sure. I'm considering that he might be in a whole lot of trouble if we let him go and then we can watch him getting found by his people. That might lead us to them. We'll see how they go with the other ones. I don't think they're going to take too kindly to these guys losing the person they were looking after and letting themselves get captured. I just wonder who they're more afraid of. Amadeo or Kel or even the general.
Make me an insight check for both of you for the
Hey.
names listed.
Yeah. So I was hoping for. Oh,
Oh, 28 plus. Oh, no, 28. And then for Ben.
you have to. Oh, I can roll
Yeah, just
for you.
roll a d20. 13 plus
30
stuff.
plus stuff.
Hang on, what's his insight? 13 plus 3, so 16. That's pretty good, pretty good. What was the name you listed first? It was Amadil, and then
Amadeo, Kel, and the general. I'll say the name of the general as well. Probably a good idea.
okay,
Basul.
General Basul.
Basul, yeah.
They hear the guy sort of doesn't respond to Amadil, but stiffens
Hmm.
immediately upon hearing Kel. And then that stiffness remains even after you've gone past the general.
Ah, so you are concerned, hey? And you're just more scared of them than you are of dying and of us.
He sort of realizes that you caught him and sort of forces himself to hit what? Hit empty, no thoughts.
Mhm.
The
The guy-
breathing
Great.
goes calm again.
Look,
Uh,
you're useless to us as you are, but the one thing we can do is give you back to him. That seems to frighten you and concern you more than anything we can do to you. So, how about we don't do that if you tell us some shit?
make me an insight check for when you said give back to him.
Okay. 19?
There's no response to your threat of him being given back. You think there might be something more to this? Like greater
Okay.
than his being.
It's a compulsion or something? You've been programmed, you've been. I'm gonna say Kale again.
Nothing happens. Like he knows you have that name.
Okay. See, we're curious about that one. He seems to really like uniformity in his people. Seems to have a thing for it. I'm very curious what the big deal is, really.
The scowl comes back, and he is trying his hardest to breathe in slowly and breathe out.
You know,
Occasionally, you hear
we
breaks.
we watched once during one of the raids when one person wasn't quite following orders. We saw what he did. That was just for, splitting the lip of one prostitute.
Still slow breathing.
Didn't even hurt him that bad. More of a warning, get in your place kind of smack. And in return, Kel just killed him on the spot. I'm assuming the kind of discipline he's expecting from his soldiers. Something else.
Make me a perception check.
Perception. Okay. 19.
You first you observe his breathing. And then you look at him in the face to see whether his eyes give anything away. They're just staring at the ground. Whatever he's thinking, he's trying really hard to not. At least what you think, he's just repeating words like floor or something that is not involved with whatever you're talking about. Then you look at his only hand left, and he is clenching so tight.
I get like all up in his face and kind of just put my hand in his throat to kind of like interrupt his breathing. He's trying to kind of calm himself by taking even breaths and kind of stop whatever mantra it is he's doing to calm himself down.
To answer Bosk, you recognize the breathing as a calming practice that is often taught. Like very slow, he's counting how many seconds he's breathing in and how many longer seconds he's breathing out. And you start counting, but before you manage to finish, Gunlog has a hand on his throat. And he's choking.
And I'm gonna start describing like how Kel was acting as he was killing his own subordinate. Just like up in his face, trying to disrupt like his own calming practices and just give it a good old go.
He manages to spit at you and then say, I don't know what you're doing, but it's better if you just kill me. It's easier.
Might be easier for you. So you've been trying this whole time, isn't it? Get us to kill you. So you don't have to face whatever might be beyond if you happen to be released from here.
You've cut off his breathing. He is now just standing there, well, sitting there. The hand that was clenched starts to release because he recognizes that he's doing it. Bosk, you see his nails have dug through the palms of his hand. That is how strongly he was clenching them. blood doesn't come out yet because it's still so tense.
Can I ask you one thing?
He speaks through choked breath. You've asked me so many things. What's another one, bitch?
Were you ever there willingly?
He gives you a glare. Make me an insight check.
Oh. Oh!
It's the kind of glare that is defiant but protective. You gather that for a long time he wasn't willing.
Mm. Did he collect you? Are you part of just some sick collection of the people that look right, have the right dimension for diet?
Do you still have your arm against his throat, like pressing?
Uh, not completely choking him. We can probably talk. It's just kind of it's there. I'm not constraining his breathing anymore.
Um, because your hand is still there, you can sort of feel that his breath is now sort of short and angry and not struggling. Struggling isn't the word. It's just like there is a growl coming from there.
Are you just some toy for him? Build this perfect little soldier army for himself? And of course, you are replaceable, but he wouldn't be very happy to lose you either, I'm assuming. Part of a set?
He remains in that situation, not responding to your question.
Okay. To give anything away? Any.
I'm gonna use the 28. It seems as though you're asking the right question and then the wrong question.
Okay. They picked you up against your will, seems. But something's made you stay. Maybe you are interesting after all. I'm gonna pat his cheek a little bit and kind of stand up and then like look at Bosk and say, I
When
think.
you pet his cheek, he sort of moves away from you very jerkily, like "Don't touch me" kind of thing.
Hmm. I mean, that's fair. We just ripped his arm off.
Bosk says, "I don't think we're getting any more blood out of this one. Maybe we turn him over to the processing for now."
I think there might be something here, but I need to have a think on it.
The guy's face right now is just, you see a very small bubble of conflict in him, but the stalwart need for hiding things is still there.
He's trained you really well there.
As soon as he heard that phrase, you hear like a laugh breath, like a, but the facade remains.
Hmm.
You
I
hear
think
from Bosk. The man's lost a lot of blood. You'll need time to recover. Good meal, night's rest.
Yeah, that seems fair. I think we'll be back. You are more interesting than I initially thought. You should have a think too.
He's now staring at the table surface, again trying to calm his breath. Wendigo, you're staring at this lady. She is terrified of you. She also looks very young. Maybe 17, 16. Occasionally she'll look up to look at you, but the eyes manage to just go up to your arm as she sees the arm that you're chewing on, immediately brings down her gaze. Occasionally you would hear her choked breath as if she's stifling a cry.
Can Wendigo tell if is there any curiosity aside from fear?
No, she's not curious. She looks as if her mortality is staring her in the face. Through the arm of a former, you assume that she assumes, colleague.
Then, without further ado, Wendigo stands up, not a word said, and he will just head out of the door and find Gunla. Next one is prepared.
Oh, nice. Do you have any more arm left? You can go do it for the last one as well.
And he will move to the last room.
As soon as you close the door and you
Mhm.
pass by the window of the second room, you immediately see the girl has her face covered and she looks like she's sobbing. You go into the first room and this time it's an older girl, more calm, but still not as much as the guy. She sees the arm. How much of this arm have you eaten, by the way? Like, is it?
The bone should be exposed by now.
You're loudly chewing on the bone, audibly sucking out marrow. She's taken aback by this. Make some roll. How's she feeling? She's not feeling great. Another sharp intake of breath. You see her scrutinize the arm. You see her nose flare. And then you see her panic a little less. But she's still very frightened.
Nose flares. Is it one of those breathing exercises, or is it some kind of like scent recognition, or what?
It's a, you know, when people just like emotional nose flare.
Oh, okay.
It's a
It's not-
micro expression.
Okay, it's not a sniff.
No, it's not a sniff. It's more like, okay. She has situated herself. She also looks much older, but you see strong resemblance to the girl in the second room.
Ooh.
All right. Right, he'll make a note of this and just sit there doing his thing for now because it's Gunlock's turn again. He'll just prepare this room as well.
Outside, Etienne looks at Gunlog. I've seen some people be in duress, but this one is special. He is definitely hiding something.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where the crack is.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and gives it a congratulatory squeeze, saying, "You are pretty fast. I say you found some kind of crack already. You just have to keep asking good questions."
I fucking hate this shit.
Not the worst.
All right. Next one. Pretty much like almost as soon as I see her start crying when Wendy leaves, I'll go in so she doesn't have time to like compose herself.
What you see immediately as soon as you come in is like a sob and then a really audible nose wipe. And then she just wipes it on her shirt and she looks up trying to steel herself. But it's not working.
Yeah, good. I'm also gonna just get like right up in her face.
She's taken aback by this.
Good.
She
That's
also
gonna be fine.
recognizes you this time.
Oh, is she number 2?
I mean, all of them would recognize you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, but out of the rolling, 1, 2, 3, is she the one?
Make me a roll. What did you
Okay,
roll
okay,
last time?
okay.
Was it
I rolled a 2, I think.
2?
I think I said I wanted 1.
Yeah.
Um, 3. 3.
Nope.
Not. Okay. Oh well.
It's room number 1.
He's okay. I'm going to say to her that unless you want me to bring back that guy that was just in here, you should answer some of my questions. I can promise you it'll be nicer to talk to me than to talk to him.
Through tears, she goes, it was supposed to be like like an easy job. More like whimpering noises.
Hmm. So what was the job?
Make me an insight check. 25. As soon as you said what was the job, what you see is immediately she recognizes what she's doing.
Don't you fucking dare.
You see in her face a fear that is bigger than that of yours or Wendigo's.
Now, you fucked up this job. And I get that for some reason you guys are way more scared of what might await you back there. And so help me God, I will fucking make sure that you go back there and take that punishment if you don't talk to me now.
She immediately looks at you and said, "No, you fucked up the job. You did this." Through crying.
Sure. Your job, your responsibility. I fucking succeeded in my job.
She
Why
she
the fuck
looks
did
at
you
you
get
still crying.
involved with these assholes anyways? What are you doing?
She's silent. She just looks at you. The snot coming out of her nose. Occasionally you see tears. She's
There's
trying
some
really hard to
fun
hold back.
human trafficking on the side. Let's see, kidnapping prostitutes, drugging them, sometimes kidnapping, killing. I don't know what's going on there. Was it exotic animal trade, hardcore drugs? What an easy job you must have, hey? I guess you were just guarding a diplomat.
Make me a perception check, please.
26. I've stored up all of my good rolls for tonight. That's what's happened. I've been rolling dog shit for the whole campaign this far.
Yeah. Um, as your tirade goes on and on, you can see her jaw clench up.
Nothing to say now?
You've seen that righteous indignation before on yourself.
I was gonna say in the mirror.
Yeah.
See, I would like to know a bit more about this Kel guy. Seems to have you all wrapped around his fingers.
As soon as she hears the name Kel, it's another sharp intake. She
What, is he
definitely
really that
recognized.
scary? Sorry, she recognized.
She recognized the name definitely.
Yeah.
There's no reply from her, but she's biting down really hard right now.
Sure seems like an easy job, yeah. So much fun working for someone that makes you that fucking frightened. What does he have on you?
She looks at you and she sort of goes, "I don't know what you're looking for. It wasn't supposed to be like this,
Oh, I can imagine.
and I don't have to answer anything."
You don't have to. But see, that's kind of the thing with interrogations. I try to make you talk, you try not to, and we have this back and forth thing going on for a long time. I get
What's
my
the
friend
worst
there to
thing?
come back
What's
in.
the worst that could happen? That fucking animal that you have, your friend, whatever it is gonna eat me? Go ahead.
See, that is probably one of the worst things that could happen. So what is the worst thing that you think can happen if you talk?
I
What
don't have
happens
to tell
then?
you anything.
No, but it makes me really fucking curious.
I don't have to tell you anything.
Something happened
I
to
don't have
people
to
you
tell
care
you
about? Is that
anything.
it?
She
Does he
starts
have
putting her hand over
some?
her face and she repeats that phrase over and over again.
I'll kind of just like
Uh,
knock away her hand.
can
She's-
Wendigo? Okay.
Come back in.
Can Wendigo be done with his part?
Yeah,
Okay. So I'm assuming that there's no change from that point. So Wendigo gets up and goes over to the second room, since it seems to be taking quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
And by now he's finishing off fingers.
You come in just as you slurp up the index finger like a piece of spaghetti. And you see Gunlaug just shove the girl's hand away from her face. And all you hear is the girl repeating, "I don't have to tell you anything," over and over again.
We have.
Wendigo will say to Gunlong,
Mm.
"They're related."
Oh,
Make me an
are they
insight check,
now?
both of you.
Aha! I'm going to use my
Good enough?
inspiration
No,
to
no,
make that
14,
one.
14 is fine.
Okay.
You, as soon as you hear sister,
No, I
she
said they are related. That's what-
related. As soon as you hear they're related, she stops mid sentence, looks at you, has a more than panicked look, and then continues repeating the sentence.
So he does have something on you. So he's definitely got, what is it, like a sister, cousin, something like that? Does he have the rest of your family? Is that what you're concerned about?
You repeat sentence louder.
I wonder, perhaps something that is worse than being eaten by Dare Wendigo here would be to watch your sister get eaten by Dare Wendigo here.
Her breathing quickens, and then she gets off the chair and moves backwards into the corner.
I'll hold her back.
She is struggling real hard. Make a contested strength check. Actually, you would do a grapple, right?
Yeah, I'd
Yep,
have to, right?
Yep.
Wendigo will step forward to use one arm for the grapple as well.
Okay. I feel
Uh,
like I might not have to if the Wendigo is stepping in. He's much better at that than I am.
okay. Wendigo, make a grapple with advantage.
Winnie?
She manages to, out of fear and adrenaline, sort of jerk out of your arm and continue moving back until there's no moving back that she can do. And she now uses the phrase as a mantra. She is terrified.
So even with that possibility, Kel is still more frightening than us, hey?
And Wendigo will speak up. Does Kel have family?
You ask these questions, and you realize her eyes are just getting more wild as the panic completely takes over. She is now just a mess at the corner. And she's starting to sputter just words.
What words?
Just like, I don't have to tell you anything. Um, uh, you're not scary. Things that you would commonly hear being uttered towards an aggressor. But at this point, you think that she's running on instinct, that whoever she is has gone into her mind.
Yeah.
Lights are on, nobody home.
Yeah.
Wendigo will just nudge Gunlap with his elbow. We're done here.
Nod, nod, nod.
Then he will leave the room.
As all three of you leave the room, what you hear behind you is screaming, shrieking at you until the door closes. And then you hear nothing.
I
Wendigo
lean
will
against the door for a second.
Wendigo will be cleaning off his fingers. Not bad. Try again tomorrow.
I fucking hate this. I wonder why this Kel guy has done to these people.
I think I know.
Etienne speaks up.
Oh.
You've used a stick on 2 out of 3. Maybe try a carrot.
Hmm.
And he just points to the last door. I mean, the first door.
Next time.
I need a moment.
Okay. As out of character, I was
Hmm?
thinking the second door was definitely the one to not use the stick. But like that one was a very careful ground because the moment we made it, the moment it became like an interrogation again, like she resorted to the thing. So that was probably the better point to try the carrot.
Yeah, probably messed up on my part,
Mm.
but
I'm not. I think we should give it a rest. Go back past another day before trying anything. Because going to one now will be a bad idea.
you think?
Yeah.
Hmm. I think that's fair enough. If we decide to gear it up for the day, I think Greenlag is just gonna go to her room.
Mm. But I'll say that
So,
Wendigo's assumptions were correct in the beginning, which is what he said that the Kel is more scared. They are more scared of Kel.
oh yeah, I assume so as well, but we have it confirmed. Just trying to
Hmm.
okay, figure out what's going on.
Are you leaving the interrogation hall thing?
Yep.
Room? Wing. Interrogation wing. As you
Yep.
pass by the first room on your way
Oh no.
out,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
you see that the girl, the older one, is now staring into the mirror. But because of how she's looking, it looks as if she looks past the mirror and sees all of you pass by. Can all of you make an insight check, please, for
Yes,
her face?
please. I would very much like to do that. 24.
21. Both of you see that she is concerned. You don't know how or why.
Well, we do have her sister.
Yep. But that's why I said we leave for today, cause stewing helps us for this case.
Yep.
Also, like
I was
player-wise,
gonna
we probably need a bit of time to recover ourselves a bit.
fucking hell, yeah. I think good luck's gonna like go down the hallway a little bit and then just kind of go towards the wall and throw up for a little bit and then pretend like nothing and keep walking.
Etienne's gonna give you a handkerchief,
I will begrudgingly accept it.
but he's giving you like a very neutral position on this. Like there is no judgment, there is no comment. You have done a job. It's fine. Bosk asks the vomiting Gunlog, would you like me to do the negotiations next time?
Be my guest.
She nods. You head away from the wing. Etienne asks you whether you want to go back to the room. Do you want to discuss this with Valerius? Do you want to... And then he looks at Wendigo. Maybe have a shower? A bath? We have communal baths if you want to try.
Private.
We have that too. And then he sort of points to the piece of paper Gunlog had, which is the map. All you have to do is hold the map and ask for a private bath. And it will lead you there.
Thanks.
He takes a deep breath, breathes out. Not many people can steal themselves from what happens inside. Unfortunately, this is our job. If we don't do it, we will. These are dangerous people. If not them, this Mr. Kell, and so on. He can take the day off and continue tomorrow.
Nod. How does Morgana look after this whole ordeal? I'm assuming this is a little bit out of her wheelhouse.
Good question. Morgana, throughout the entire experience, that probably took 1.5 hours, how did Morgana feel? She saw a man get ripped apart and saw a woman go literally crazy.
Morgana stood outside all those windows and watched as all the things happened. A lot of times just cringing inside, and then feeling a little bit sad for the girl. That's room 2-1. The girl in room 2. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, just like tells herself, this has to happen because we need the answers. So decides to just keep quiet and just continue observing. And then at the same time, it's like, thank God Valerius isn't here. Thinks to self, yeah.
Wendigo does have something to say. So like Etienne saying, Unfortunately, this is our job. We don't do it. Who will? These are dangerous people and so on and so forth. Wendigo will say, don't need justifications.
He nods at you as you say that.
Yeah,
Bath.
we know this is fucked up.
He'll look for a bathtub or a private bath.
Okay. You find it within a 10-minute walk, stroll around. You pass by a few people, but they don't seem perturbed by how you look at all. What you feel as if it's as if this is just a normal part of being in the halls. When you get to the bath, you see
Yeah, that troubles Wendigo.
Yeah, the ages are not bad guys at all.
100%. When you get to the bath and you open the door, you're met with a large pool of water, enough to fit two of you. There's steam coming out, and there's a tap if you feel like having a rinse.
Wendigo slams the door shut, waits for a minute, and opens it again to see if the scene has changed.
It is the same room. This time, past the bath is a huge window, floor to ceiling, wall to wall. And it overlooks mountainous cliffs.
Was
Still
the window
bright.
there before?
Yeah, it was there before. It's just you were taken aback, you closed the door, opened it, and be like, oh, all right. Privacy, huh?
Also, before Wendigo goes in, Bosk would very much ask Gunlog and Wendy about the Wendy's choice of protein.
Wendigo does not elaborate. But he'll look at the map. Shitty bath.
Shitty bath. The map. There's a big question mark that appears on the map.
Common bath for
Uh,
commoners.
This time there is a line that goes to a different wing. You go into an area with a shared bath. You hear voices of people laughing and talking, but you don't go in there. You
Yep.
go opposite to there, where you see rooms. It looks like dormitory style showers.
Alright. Wendigo will squeeze into a shower and start washing himself.
The water
He doesn't take off his clothes first, just like feels the need to wash everything.
from outside of the door, because there's a gap where
Mhm.
you can see feet. You
Mhm.
see water splash down onto the shirt, and it brings with it blood, dirt. Slowly, the floor starts filling in with red and brown. After a while, I'm assuming soap suds.
Wendigo is just going to be showering for a very, very long time. We can move on to other people.
Nobody bothers you at all in your time for showering. In the meantime, Gunlog, Busk, and Morgana, you're heading towards Valerius, I assume? or you're going to have a little chat in your own room?
Morgana would like to bring up the whole arm eating thing once Wendy walks away. Morgana asks Gunlock, like, is that a thing? Like, is this
He goes, "What
new?
the fuck?" Gunlaug just kind of shrugs. Not my information to share.
Do you
So
think you'd share with us, like the rest of us? Because I'm guessing you know.
I know maybe a little bit more than I wish I it's it's been a rough day. It's been a fucking horrifically shitty day. I hate everything about this, about being here and doing this, and I think maybe maybe I should. I don't know if I made the right choice here.
Glances with concern. Are you okay? Do you need to talk?
I don't know, maybe. And um, do you think this map will lead us to a lot of alcohol?
Yeah. Wait. If you have the map, can I use the map?
Oh yeah, hand her the map.
Okay. Morgana looks at the taps the map. Is it taps the map?
You have to
What's the
hold on
thing?
to the map and then say what you want.
Uh
Just think about what
okay.
you want from it.
Okay. Holds. Morgana takes the map and thinks um free alcohol.
Free alcohol. The map leads you to a what, like maybe a 7-minute walk before you find yourself at the storeroom of the infirmary, staring at a bottle that says 99% isopropyl.
Oh no.
This
Ah,
is this
maybe not.
gonna fuck me up? Is this gonna fuck me up? Good.
I
Holds
don't
the
think this
bottle
is.
up, looking at it, reading it, the tiny
Wait,
words that I
wait,
don't know what mean.
no. Wait, is boss technically with us? Because doctor would have a good input here.
Morgana, you remember after laughing really hard at what you just asked, that next to the mess hall was uh like a little tavern slash speakeasy. It was hidden away, sequestered from the masses, darker, quieter, and definitely not medical in nature.
Okay, wait. I know a place. I know a place. And Morgana leads good luck there.
Okay, I grab the bottle of the 99% alcohol.
Oh no. Maybe we can hold on to
Give it
that.
give it sniff and small sip. Assuming the doc will tell me that this will make me blind if I keep drinking it.
Ben, help!
Ben's
Ben!
not
Ben's
here.
not here.
Ben's not here! I'm gonna say that boss definitely tells you don't do that and sort of slowly wrestles it away from you, like let's just put it in my hospital bag.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All of you reach the bar slash speakeasy. It's it's a stark contrast to the rest of the the halls in that it's dark, it's soft. Like there are literal couches which you can literally sink into should you so wish. The bartender gives you a cursory glance. You see a well-stocked shelf behind them. There's maybe 2 or 3 waiters and waitresses walking around. There are maybe 2 or 3 groups of patrons existing within the area, talking quietly amongst themselves. Thankfully, you don't hear the conversations that they're having. But some of them look as bad as you feel.
I just do like a quick head count. There's 3 of us here. Wendy's in the shower. Val is in the okay. And I'll go up to the bar. Can we get 5 bottles, please?
The bartender looks at you. Of what exactly? We have lagers, ales, beer. There's an IPA from a place called Wine Bark. Don't ask me. They do IPAs, but they're called wine. I don't get it either. We have the top shelf stuff, which is like really good
At
whiskeys.
least 40% and at least a liter bottle per bottle.
She goes away and comes back with sort of 5 different bottles in her arms, and she goes, "Well, this is a kind of absinthe.
Wonderful.
They're all at least 40%. This is 60. This is 80. Well, 80." And then she waves her arms a little bit, like give or take. This is sambuca. This
How
is
much?
blah 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 blah. Uh, for all of them as is, or do you want like 7
Mhm.
or 5 of the same ones?
No, we'll take all of them.
Um, this will cost you about. Are you sure?
I just look at her.
Okay, they're in total of about 55 gold pieces.
Holy fuck! What? Is it fucking gold in there?
She picks one up and shakes it, and then she sort of gives you like a I'm sorry face as gold flecks start dancing around.
Oh no!
Okay, so if I take not that one, is it like 5 gold?
And then she starts breaking down the exact cost of each one. The 80% one is very, very expensive. The gold one is very, very expensive, but mostly it's just to hurt people's eyeballs. There's a 40% absinthe and the sambuca that is about 3 gold each.
Okay.
Wait, at this point, has Valeris given me money yet? Or is it still with him?
I think it's been given
I
to
gave you all
you.
before I went to tinker with shit, so don't worry.
Yes, so you
It's
guys
okay,
definitely have
Okay.
money.
I'm just gonna pay for 5 bottles of like 3 sambucas, 2 absinthe.
Okay. Math.
We have
15.
15 gold. She looks at you and she's like, congratulations? Or condolences. And then she puts it on a tray, passes it to you. I'll be with you with some glasses.
Congratulations or condolences. Nice question.
Okay.
I think it's a question. It's like,
I'm just gonna start handing out bottles to the other 2. We should find Val, hey?
takes the bottle. Wait, she's bringing us glasses. Shouldn't we sit down?
I mean, the bottle has an opening.
She arrives before any of you can consume the alcohol with 3 very small shot glasses and 2 taller glasses and some mixers. There is seltzer water, There is also fruit juice that you're unsure. None of you have seen pineapple before. You don't know what it is.
We'll grab it just in case Valerius want that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Do we know
for-
where
for a
Valerius is?
For a moment, I had an out of character panic, which is like, shit, even the bartender knows our heights. Then I realized it's just for the drinks, so I feel better.
What? Oh no!
That would
Oh.
not be funny.
Bartender magic. No, bartender doesn't know. She's also very concerned that between the three of you, there are 5 bottles of alcohol.
One for each of us.
Oh, please. Like, walking around with violence is not concerning, but alcohol is.
One
I
can be
mean,
an addiction.
What is this?
The
What is
other
this,
one is
America?
work. Exactly. The right to bear arms.
God.
Yeah.
So do we go
Everybody-
look for?
Yeah,
I'm
everybody
assuming,
sort
like,
of
both
leaves you
Bosk
alone.
And Gunlag also looks super bloody still.
Bosk would be sort of bloodied considering she was the one that was taking care of the missing arm. But
And I was choking the guy out as she was doing that, so that's cool.
Wait, can I just press T and make everybody look clean?
oh, you can totally do that.
Prestidigitation does not cure memories.
It just makes you
No, the
clean.
man. You don't look it anymore.
I think you get a good
Uh,
old no thanks from Gunlag. She's like, no, I'm not done wearing this yet. I need to process before I just make it go away.
Oh, you want to process? Okay, we're gonna just nod. Okay,
Be right
now
back,
do we
please.
want to go look for? Do we know where is Valerius?
I mean,
You
I'm
can just
assuming
use
I
your
could just
map.
ask the map for Valerius.
Okay. So we're gonna ask him like, you want to go look for Valerius now? Then
Yes, please.
point at map.
Yes, please. Let's
Do you see
find
something?
I'm back.
let's find Val.
Okay.
Did I miss
Okay.
something?
Not much. Just before you leave though, the girl at the bar slides a piece of paper. This place has counseling services as well. Just in case. I've seen a lot of people come in here. I'm just saying, no questions. All right. Thanks for coming here. And then we're gonna shift the situation to Valerius
How
because
much
both
gold you want to bet that the counseling service has Etienne show up? We don't judge here.
100% not. Etienne is like the worst. He'll be like, let's hear your problems. I don't care.
We do not judge, hence the name.
I don't care. Valerius, you are in your room.
What?
You
Did I
are
not
in
manage
your
to
room.
book a room?
No. Well, oh, you want like an office, not your room?
No, I asked like, oh, is there a room I can use to like tinker shit that has dedicated tools inside of it?
Oh, yeah, you find one of the workshops.
Okay,
Tech
cool.
lab.
I'm there.
You're one in your what you have in front of you is a soldering iron and a set of helping hands clipped
Oh.
onto the machine. The little
Awesome.
trinket.
Okay.
And you're sort of concerned at how it cracked. And it's you know, it's doing its
The-
dancey cling 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 thing inside.
The inside part is a gem, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cracked. It is useless. You can make pretty things out of it, but that's its job now. To look pretty.
Me has proficiency with jeweler's tools. With this kit, is it possible for me to determine like, was this an innately magical stone, or was there like some sort of stuff written on it before it became magical?
You can tell that it wasn't innately magical. It does remind you of stuff that you worked on. Like this is a common occurrence where they use gemstones to empower spells or to be inscribed upon.
So was this the matter of the crystal being the housing, or was it the power supply?
I'm going to say that first make me a history check.
What is this for specifically, if I may ask?
Uh, you want to see the make.
Okay. Is it possible that my artisan's intuition may be added to this role? Is
No,
this? No. Okay. Aw, okay. History check. Want to film me now? Yes.
17. You got it on the mark. You needed a DC 17 to figure it out.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So you look at the make and you're sort of brought back to one of the dinners where your parents took you. That it was compulsory for you to be there. You were
Okay.
young. You
That's
weren't
stupid.
comfortable in the suit. You were definitely not stupid. If anything,
Okay.
you paid attention enough to know that they were talking about something like this. And you see a clasp that you remember specifically from Rikers. And
Uh,
your intuition, your thoughts hold true that it is in part Rikers make, but
fuck me.
not
Wait.
Go on.
all of it.
Okay.
You
Does
remember
the rest
that.
of the
Mhm.
does the rest of the make and model okay. I'm fairly certain that Valerius has been to conferences with other companies before. Does the make and model of everything else match any of the other companies here that he's aware of?
You sort of look around. It takes you a while to get this, like 2 hours in,
Mhm.
maybe almost 3 hours before you click that one of the branches of Rikers works with a different company for R&D. And it's only during that dinner that you remember having spoken about it.
I'm gonna write
It's
this down.
very, very secret, but very, very lucrative. And it makes
Okay.
you wonder whether that arm still exists. Or is this an old relic? I'm going to say
Was there-
mechanically, it will take you about 9 days of 3 hours each spent. And I'm going to need you to roll intelligence check. You can use your artisan's intuition to figure out more about this thingy.
Okay. Interesting. So it's gonna take me 9 days, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 9 days it is then.
I will say this is your first check, and you have passed the first day.
Mm.
8 more to go, buddy.
Figure this out at 3 hours a night, right?
Whenever you want. As long
Okay,
as you
so-
fulfill the 3 hours at a place where you can do minute tinkering.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let me get this down. Let me confirm with you the facts real quick. The clasps, as in this is the thing that attaches to the person, right? Or is it something else?
Okay, so imagine the casing is like a ball that is porous.
Okay.
You can see into the casing, but it is
You mean
so
like a sepak takraw?
yeah, like a sepak takraw, but very very small, like golf ball sized.
Okay.
It's so detailed though that it took you that long to see inside and realize that the gem is being held on by proprietary Rikers products.
So okay, it's the, for lack of a better term, it's the goddamn connection point between the gem and the outer casing lah.
There are multiple, maybe between 10 to 15. And you could have missed it or completely broken it if you did anything wrong.
This connection point, like, how does it actually function?
You're not sure yet.
Okay. Okay. Next up, the housing is made by a branch of Rikers that works with another secret company, yeah?
The housing, you're not sure. You've never seen this kind of workmanship.
Oh, okay,
Riker's
never mind.
workmanship tends to be very brutalist, very clean lines,
Okay.
very RGB.
Okay, so what was the thing that you said that was made by Rikers branch that works with another company?
The tethers,
The
the
te-
clasps.
oh, isn't that the connection point we were talking about just now?
You
Oh, okay,
recognize
so
that. You're like,
so
wait a
it's
minute.
okay. I was under the conception that the class was made by Rikers itself, and then another piece was worked together with Riker and some other company, but it's just a class.
Hmm.
Okay.
Plus, you definitely recognize Rikers as rather you definitely recognize the clasp as something Rikers has done. You have seen that technology before in the office. But the
But I
rest
don't know
you
how it
don't
works.
recognize. But you're like, okay, there's no way that this is only Rikers make. That's when you're like, oh yeah, there was this dinner I had one time with my mom. The wheels are spinning.
Hmm.
As you start going into the casing itself, there's a knock on the door.
Without looking away from whatever the hell I'm doing, presumably looking through like stacks upon stacks of magnifying glasses. Just shout, "Come in!"
Good luck and co, you have reached. You hear Valerius's voice.
Take deep breath. Go in.
What you
As the door.
see is helping hands, random electrical products that aren't electrical but magical in nature, and you see Valerius, whose eyeball is now giant sized through many lenses.
I have some bad news as the door squeaks open.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It appears that this thing, Valerius will jab a pencil at it, but not actually touching it, is partly made by Rikers.
Isn't that good news?
No, it's not.
Doesn't that mean you'll be able to find out more about it more easily?
Not as simple as that. I said part of it was made by Rikers. The rest of it, if memory serves, it was worked on with another company. Very hush hush kind of dealio.
Just further proof that your company, your assholes, eh?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Just further proof that your companies are assholes.
Valerius will shrug and nod. Pretty much. But what concerns me is that Rikers is a rather large company. And if they are in part supplying the Ursa Corpus with these devices, I don't fancy our chances in a straight up fight. Hell, I
Makes
wouldn't
sense.
fancy our chances if we get found out. If I'm correct, these things are, at the very least, they should have a handful more. There's no way they made one prototype and sent it out in the field. No way.
I look at the map that Gunlog is probably holding. Well, the Aegis has some interesting technology as well.
Oh, I would love to get my hands on
Maybe
some of
we'll
those.
be able to requisition something.
Valerius gives a nod. Well, it was worth asking. The map seems to know whoever the hell we need to talk to anyway. How did interrogation go? Valerius asks, while not looking away from the magnifying glass stack.
The
Not the
Aegis has
best.
alcohol too.
You need alcohol to explain to me. I'm assuming you guys didn't learn anything great. Valerius finally turns around.
Oof.
Out of character, why do we have the alcohol?
Because Lug has had a really fucking shitty day. It's been a really long and really shitty day, and she got 5 bottles of alcohol, one for everyone, and she's put one into your hand box. Do with it as you please.
Okay, well, I won't say no to a drink, I suppose. But all things considered, the day's been going pretty decently. Pours a drink.
Valerius,
Speak
are
for
you guys
yourself.
just drinking in the workshop?
I
I
suppose.
put a bottle in
Um,
your hands.
Maybe someone
Okay.
else's room would be a bit better for this. I look around at all the various things that we don't want to get
Shop things.
condensation or spilled drinks on.
Yeah, Valerius says, speaks up.
I
I'm
hate to
pretty
say it,
much
but even my
done.
room would be better.
Valerius nods. I'm pretty much done for the day. I doubt I can find anything else in what little time we have left, so let's take this somewhere else. Valerius nods towards the door.
Let's see if the map can find us just like a chill room.
Sure, Valerius pulls out his map. Chill room. It's gonna send me to a refrigerator, isn't it?
Oh, as long as it's
Please,
not the
please don't show
refrigerator.
room. It's gonna be that one.
It's gonna go to a fridge. Like what? No.
No, it's going to go to the Wendigo stock room.
Oh, there.
Okay. What it does give you is a question mark.
Room to
Casual
hang out
meeting
in.
room.
Okay.
Casual.
If you say
Right.
casual
Bar
meeting room,
lounge.
it will lead you to a sort of
Private cigar lounge.
like rumpus area.
Rumpus.
Again with
Rumpus.
like a rumpus room, like a activity room with tables and
Oh.
chairs and stuff.
Dewan Sebaguna, okay.
A rumpus room.
Rumpus sounds like a mythical animal.
A wumpus. Discard. What you see is a very calm sort of room, pastels, beiges, plants, tropical plants.
Does the
This'll do
term
nicely.
tropical mean anything to us? Do we understand the term tropical?
Exotic
Yes,
plants.
you understand the term tropical because you have been to the botanical gardens multiple times.
Yes. Okay.
And again, floor to ceiling windows that overlook cliffy hillsides, mountain tops. But you also see that the sun is now setting.
I'm gonna ask the obvious question that Valerius can easily deduce that we are no longer on our home continent, right?
100%.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Sits down, opens cork. Did I get the pineapple one?
You got Sambuca, but here's a pineapple juice, whatever the fuck that is, because you like juice. By the way, like
Pineapple
Gunlug
juice
is still
registers to
like
me,
got
right?
blood all over her. By the way, it's just handing you this.
Oh, here, have a brief. Pulls out spray bottle. You gonna get clean? Holds, shakes bottle.
In a bit.
Have we all become clean already?
Everyone who wanted to be.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I didn't really get. Oh, I got a bit of blood on me, I suppose.
Okay.
You did try to stop the
A
bleeding.
significant
That was
amount of
never
blood, I suppose. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Morgana was like, I
It was
can
a lot of blood.
prestidigitate you.
we can clean you.
Morgana offered to presti the thing off, but then Gunlag was like, nope, she wants to revel in the smell.
I
So if you
accept,
wanted to,
Funny.
I would have
accept
cleaned you up.
the prestige.
Yeah, good luck is like, I do not deserve the Presti yet. Let me fucking deal with this first.
Good luck. As you look at the window, outside the window, you sort of feel a heavy heart. You know you just woke up a few hours ago, but it feels like you've been awake for 36 hours. And the sun setting makes you feel better.
Like, sleep. Yes.
But I'm somewhere so far away from home. I've
Mhm.
dealt with a lot of just body horror today. It's been. I'm not feeling at home. Not feeling good. Not
If you need a
feeling
nap,
like
you can take a
very
nap.
much made a bad decision in saying yes to this job right now.
Valerius sits down, revels and like thinks back to how many times that Gunlock already distrusts the Aegis and braces himself for the information that's gonna come spewing out of her mouth.
Oh, she's not going to say shit. She leaves it up for the other ones to fill well in.
Valerius just sits down, pours a glass for himself, and just
Yeah,
goes,
she just sits there and drinks.
"So,
Right, so we
someone
didn't
want to tell me
manage to
what happened?"
find out anything useful today, but we can always try again tomorrow.
Okay, what's with the blood?
Right, one of the prisoners had to lose his arm in the interrogations.
I'm gonna mimic what happens to Valerius' true sound. Let me just make sure this is not on. Okay.
The big gasp.
What?
I spilled
Don't
water
even
over
know
my
what it
floor
is.
for you. I hope you're happy.
Ah,
It's pineapple juice. Would it sound different?
Not sure, but it'll probably be more
I think
sweet.
it would. Acidic,
Oh, oh
throat
no.
burning.
Valerius wipes off the liquid running down his mouth and pulls out the Febreze bottle and just sprays it at the floor.
For the record, that isn't really normal. You may have wanted to say something beforehand. Someone less queasy might have found it difficult.
Okay, someone lost an arm. Why? You can see the face of absolute confusion dawned on Valerius. You were just interrogating them, right? And then the face of naivety.
I say nothing but turn to Gunlog and Wendy.
Wait, Wendy isn't here.
Wendy's
Is
not
he?
here.
Wendy's not
He's
here.
gone to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I turn to
Wash,
Gunlog.
washing himself.
Were you. Did you have a heads up on what he was going to do?
You just see like your leg is a little bit pale, and she just kind of like half shrug, half. Eh.
Did you know that he ate arms?
What? Valerius is like halfway out of his seat right now. Wait. Hold on. So someone lost an arm. It wasn't one of ours, which means Wendigo is still in one piece, right?
Yes.
What's this about eating arms then?
I look to Morgana and then to Gunlog, and if no one says anything, then I will begin explaining in detail what happened.
Halfway point,
Or
Valerius holds up a hand. I don't need the medical terms, just get to the point.
Yes, he basically ripped off this man's arm and then started eating it in front of him.
The sharpest intakes of breath, and Valerius pulls himself another glass. He starts sipping
Pineapple
it
juice?
before he real. Sorry.
Like
Is it still
just
pineapple
raw.
juice? Just a sharp, strong glass of pineapple juice.
you can feel it digesting you as you digest it.
Good
I'm
luck
like,
is just
"Mm,
chugging on her bottle.
Anyway, then I had to blah 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 to stop the bleeding. It was a whole thing.
okay.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna ask any more questions because I feel the answers I seek won't be coming from any of you, so I'll save my questions for later. I'm gonna pose this at Gunlock, seeing as she's like the instigator in our group, and ask her. Just tell me, was it necessary? That's all I want to know.
I don't know.
Okay. I kind of get what you mean now. Valerius will stand up, turn around, leave the room for a second, very gently close the door like the softest click, and then violently whack both his palms into his face, presumably to the point until his nose starts bleeding and goes back into the room.
Raise an eyebrow at your bleeding nose.
I was like, it
Should
Walks
I
in with
shouldn't.
ask
like bleeding nose. Oh
should I
god.
ask what the other guy looked like?
Wait, what do you mean you should ask the other guy? Or should you tell me what the other guy looked like?
Never mind.
No, he's asking you.
Here, look at
Like,
that.
Valerius starts drinking the pineapple juice again. It's like, this is interesting.
Yes.
Yep.
So anyway, and then I go on to describe the um talk with person behind door number 2, the
Okay.
younger orcish girl, and how that went.
Gunlag looks even more pale.
So clearly, blah blah blah. They're way more afraid of him than us for some reason, in spite of being whisked away to an unknown location.
do do we perhaps know why?
Shake head.
Not yet,
Are we
anyway.
working on that?
I
I
don't
was
think either of
trying.
them want to talk to us today, so I think we'll give them some time, and maybe I'll try again tomorrow.
Okay. Do you need me to be there?
If you like. But I look around. Oh, well, we're not in your room anymore, but from what it looked like, you had a lot of work to get through.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a week, maybe two, to finish this up.
Nod, nod, nod.
Can you do your work wherever, or does it have to be here?
As long as I have access to tools, then should be fine. I can just stuff everything into my bag of holding, which I haven't picked up from Gaspodius yet. And Valerius just sighs into his hand. It's like, but yeah, as long as I have the equipment, I can feasibly do it anywhere, as long as the area is safe and I'm not interrupted.
It's like we're having a like negotiations, and then Valerius is off to the side with his portable workshop. I'm just like, yeah, don't mind him. I had to babysit him today, so
Kind of busy.
he's
Don't mind
here.
me. Valerius looks over at Gunlock and poses a question. I suppose we'll be leaving soon? Since you asked that question.
I don't know. I don't like this place.
You say that about every clean place, Gunlock, so this isn't exactly news to me.
The only place you've liked so far is Larry's kebab stand.
Ah yes, Larry's kebabs.
Out of
Really
character,
fucking far from home, okay?
Did Gunlog like the what's it called?
Larry's kebabs.
The tavern where you and Wendy like pried for information.
Not her turf, not her tavern. She's an intruder there.
Okay. Also don't like it there. Unfortunate.
It's
Valerius speaks up.
far
I
from home.
doubt we will have the opportunity to stay here for long. Our mission does center around Effluent Miners, so whether we're lucky or not, we'll have to return there sometime soon.
Yeah, I don't like there either.
I know. I just want to go back to Brawl, honestly. But we did sign a contract.
I
Or at
didn't
least
fucking
agree
put
to one.
my name on anything.
Valerius emphasized that at least we agreed to it.
Yeah, and
Was there no like signing of papers when we got
No,
like
no, no, no. It was just a
removed?
verbal, like, okay, we work for you now.
Oh, okay.
You did
Right.
go
I thought
through
we did.
the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
registration thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did
yeah.
it?
But-
I remember that.
okay, I forgot about that.
Like the necklace is now bio bonded to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
With
right.
the cool Etienne
That's right.
necklaces.
Yeah.
By the
Besides,
way,
if you
do
want
we
to
know what
pull
these
out
necklaces do? Do they just call Etienne?
It's a Etienne call thing.
It's a
Damn.
summon
So we
Etienne
kind of
method. Okay.
treat him as our like chauffeur. It's like we
Pretty
need to go back
much.
to Eflon now.
Like
We would like to
he
go to office. Can you let us in?
can you pick us up to office, please? He is also your handler in case you are stuck. But from what you have seen, he has been very liberal in wanting you to learn the processes yourself. Like he'll only step in when things literally go tits up.
Ah, I see. So we just bumble around until things go terribly, and then he comes and like, tut tut.
Yeah.
Why are things so terrible?
Did Valerius tell you guys about the banker lady? Like, oh, you must be Etienne's charge, lol.
Yes. Valerius is pointing this out. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that asshole, Valerius pulls out the shit. Apparently, he holds it with vindication. Mostly because he probably has more than a couple drinks down his stomach, so he's probably slightly tipsy now. Apparently, you can freaking check your balance without going to the banker. And Valerius just says content while holding it.
Numbers
you
come
make-
up.
Can you make withdrawals without going to the banker?
Unfortunately, no, we still need to go to the banker for that. But we could have checked our balance anytime we fucking wanted to.
Hold the thingy and be like withdrawal. Have you
Nothing.
tried that?
Does anybody want to try that?
I want to try that.
Okay.
Wait, let me try. Withdrawal.
I'll flick the thing over to you.
There's a buzz, but nothing happens.
Ah.
Sad.
Try summon banker.
One of us has the ingenious idea. Let's say summon banker, see what the hell happens. We're probably drunk at this point, so who cares?
Does that happen?
I think we can roll a d3 to see who the hell starts saying it.
Go ahead.
All right,
We'll
let's
say it is not Gunlaug.
Okay, it's a tie between me, Kat, and Ben. Then
Yep.
I call two. Okay, who's one?
Wait, what?
Okay, fine, Ben, you say it.
Why are we rolling?
Just
What
to see
are
who
we
the hell
saying?
which one of us says summon banker.
Okay, I will say summon banker after withdrawal doesn't work.
When you say summon banker, what happens is you see a familiar arrow.
Oh no.
Ah, I see. So
We
that just
already
leads me to the
have
banker.
summoned banker.
Hold your horses. Let's just wait here for a couple minutes, see if anyone comes through the door.
You wait 10 minutes. All three of you staring at the door while Gunlaug is glum in the corner.
We
Expectant.
also look at the arrow to see if the arrow like
Does it change?
moves.
The arrow moves, but after 10 minutes, nobody comes through the door.
Okay.
And it's very sudden as well. Like, you watch the arrow, and you see it sort of go from, let's say, north. Suddenly, it'll go northeast. Then it'll go
Okay.
northwest.
Okay, it's probably registering who's the nearest fucking banker to us then.
Yeah. Makes sense.
All right. Anyway, Valerius hands the chit back proper to boss for safekeeping. Well, I've inquired to our balance. Well, as a matter of fact, you can see it right now. Content.
Money.
What is the content?
We haven't figured that out yet. We'll discuss this later in out of game chat.
Okay.
We need to figure out how much.
Hey, try the commands. Try help.
Mm.
Balance history. Transaction history. Vroom.
It's like, what? The CIMB. No, what happens is the CIMB website comes up and it says, sorry, maintenance.
Huh. Well,
No, that doesn't happen. You guys have to do your own math. Okay?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but nobody
How-
appears after.
Okay. Well,
It was
shrug.
worth a shot. Yeah, this drink is very good. You guys want to try some? Holds out bottle of pineapple. Is it pineapple based alcohol? Is it actual
No, no,
pineapple?
no.
It's
The
pineapple
mixture is
juice.
pineapple juice.
Yeah, you
I
have to
would have
mix it.
definitely. I would
It's
have
a
definitely
pina
poured
colada.
something.
Have I
poured
just been
something
getting
into
drunk
the
out
Gore.
of straight pineapple?
No.
That was the joke I was making.
No,
But
We spiked it with rum.
Okay, cool.
The sambuca. No, not the
I
sambuca.
have
Sambuca
sambuca
tastes
and
good.
absinthe is what I've got.
Yeah, so good luck. What did you spike it with? The absinthe or sambuca? Sorry, the sambuca or the yeah. Which one?
Nah,
Yeah,
the
absinthe.
absinthe.
They, I
Can
think
be
sambuca is
fancy
probably the
French
kindest
people.
ones.
Okay. Valerius, you probably tasted pineapple before, but not fresh.
I've definitely heard
Um,
of the name, right?
most definitely.
Okay.
Because of your high standing in Rikers, surely somebody would have been like, "Look, piñaple." Um,
I'm more. Never mind. Go on.
Oh, no,
Ananas.
no.
ananas.
Ananas.
It's ananas. You drink it and you're like, okay, this wasn't what I had last time. This tastes weird. Make me a Constitution save.
Ah, shit. Okay. Down goes Valerius with his +2 con. Yep, down he goes.
Okay,
Huh.
explain to me how Valerius is tipsy, not drunk,
Okay.
but tipsy.
This probably happens due to the fact that Valerius never tasted fresh pineapple before. So he just thinks that, oh, this is what fresh pineapple tastes like. Completely ignoring the fact that it might be alcoholic.
Tastes like alcohol. glug, glug, glug.
Starts drinking it. Valerius at some point starts loosening his collar, like, okay, it's getting a bit
You
hot.
know, Hilarious might not have had sambuca before either, because he's like, oh, this tastes like licorice and pineapple.
Exactly, just vaguely alcoholic. Good luck. What are you doing?
I-
You see the fruits of your labor.
Is that-
I'll just go sit
Aye.
next to him. I was gonna sit next to him and drink more of my own bottle of absinthe.
This is a very good drink. How much did this cost you?
3 gold.
There you go. That's a steal. I'm gonna get another bottle of this.
Yeah, it's. They had a bottle with gold in it.
Valerius looks over, it's like, gold? Like actual gold?
I guess that
It
where
was.
they use instead of the cash register.
I don't know why, but they had a bottle full of fucking gold.
Valerius was like, "Uh,
I'm not.
how?
I'm not joking.
I,
I just imagine the final boss fight, like a Gunlock will fight enemies wearing gold bottles.
cannot brain. What is this?
Gold weaponry that breaks
Gold
upon your
dagger.
armor.
Oh no.
Gunlog's like, why?
Are you
I would
dumb?
say
Why are you so incompetent, yet so wealthy?
psychic damage inflicted. I would say Valerius gets tipsy by just his way of getting tipsy is just like he looks at you, it's like he mentioned gold, right? Did you know that gold is a
An excellent
terrible conductor? No. He's gonna spout wrong facts, not correct facts.
Ah,
That
see.
sound like they're plausible to be true. Did you know
Plausible.
that gold plausible to be true? Did you know that gold is a terrible conductor? You stick some bad boy in what was I saying? Anyway, drinks again.
Like as Valerius is just spouting bullshit. Like that is actually the most welcome like feeling right now for Gunlag, and she's just kind of leaning forward, putting her head in her hands, and just listening to him, and there's like, okay, we've got this under control. Pull yourself together. That's pretty much what's happening.
You know, this
How is
pine
Morgana looking right now? Is she
is
just
Morgana even
vibing,
drinking?
or is she like thinking and
Party mood.
brooding?
Cat.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Yes, we hear you now.
Hello. Morgana's there, like she's drinking. I mean, she was given a bottle, and Morgana does like to drink.
Yes.
So
That is true.
drinking and laughing at Valeris, at his amazement with pineapple juice.
Morgana, you're smart. You have a very high intelligence, right? You hear Valerius
Mhm.
tell you all of these nonsense facts. Like it's not facts, it's like fake news.
You're like, that's not right.
Yeah, that's like what is it this guy talking about? What are you doing? Are you just letting this happen and let him spread his disinformation?
Yeah. Just a half smile on my face, like let me just let him have his moment.
I'll need to point out that Valerius has 20 intelligence.
However, he is
You're the
stupid
one
when
who
he
said that he's
drunk.
saying shit.
I know, but still, the irony.
Oh
Oh no.
no.
Hang on.
At
It
one
makes sense
point,
why everybody's believing you.
Valerius is the magic person, right? Give me a second.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's the
happening.
question. Does it look like anyone's believing him? Gunlag doesn't look like if she's even listening. She's just like taking comfort in that he's talking bullshit.
Just hiding, dissociating. Wendigo, at which point do you finish your shower and are you going to join your friends or are you just going back into the room?
Better question. Does Wendigo have the map?
He could
When
probably find one.
well, Wendigo will wash clean, take off the suit, scrub it, even though it can clean itself, and wash clean some more before he starts cleaning himself. And then he will move his paws to the back and feel where the tattoo is, and wash even harder after that.
When he touches the tattoo, it's
Hmm?
he knows it's still there. He can feel the ridges. What's his emotions?
It's growing, just like he is.
There is a mirror that he can look at, but it's outside of the shower.
He doesn't need to look at the mirror to know it's probably something he doesn't really want to look at right now. There's a lot of thoughts going through his head about what was considered acceptable, what is going on now for normal, and how much further it must go.
Okay? Those thoughts plague you as you decide whether or not to go back to your comrades or go back to your room. But it's a long time. You took a very long time washing yourself, your clothes, at the same time trying to wash those very thoughts away from you unsuccessfully. And when you're finally done, it's dark.
The dark doesn't even register to him. So I'll just roll for it. Even back to room, odd, find the others. Even back to room. So he'll just stumble his way out without a map and spend a long time getting back to his room.
When you get to your room, it is not broken up anymore. The bed is as it should be. It's cleaner. The smell is as sterile as it could be. This time they didn't bother to put scents to make you comfortable. It's as if this was what you wanted the entire time. You close the door. Mhm.
Wendigo will try to see if there's any signs of. He knows that people have been here, but he wants to just see for himself if there has been someone in this room and not some kind of magic moving doll or animated maid servant or something. Just some idea that there was a person in here.
Make me a smellception check.
18.
You sniff around, guarded, especially after what you have been through. Thinking of all the things that you've destroyed and wondering where did they go. Somebody has been in my space. You sniff around, trying to confirm your suspicions, but you smell nothing. Maybe whatever it is that came in here was not sentient. At the same time, you look at the bed and you see signs of wear and tear. You don't remember whether it was you who did it, whether it's the same bed, whether it's a new bed, or it was just put back together. The thoughts still concern you. It still burdens you. Because you have one less secret.
It wasn't just one less secret, but one that tied with many things. And he's not going to bother locking the door, but he's going to lie down on the bed, back down, and stare at the ceiling.
Did you turn on the light at any point? Like, do you even have dark vision?
Yes, he does.
Did you turn on the light at any point?
No.
You stare at the ceiling. It remains dark. No shadows, no light dancing upon it. The curtains do not move. The outside does not bother you. You don't hear any footsteps. You don't hear any voices. And eventually sleep does take you, if that is where you will it.
Wendigo is not going to sleep.
It remains dark.
All right.
We go back to the rest of the gang who are slowly getting drunk, running away from their problems, hoping to see another day.
Yes, I don't think I would be drinking much because I'm just thinking about how today's interrogations went and what should be done tomorrow, I suppose.
What was your biggest concern between the two people? Was it the fact that the man has lost an arm, or a young child literally went crazy?
More their reactions. Like, why aren't they talking? Like, man lost an arm, and the girl like saw the arm and was like, like, are you gonna like eat me? Is that all? Okay, okay, eat me then. And then I'm just like, wait, what? That's not normal.
It is not normal.
Usually, someone would see like an arm and be like, Is that my friend's arm? And then they will tell you things because they don't want their arm to be eaten. She probably assumed that the rest of him was already eaten. So, yes, very, very concerning what is happening to these people.
Okay. You have the rest of the night ahead of you as you try to adjust your clock. Good luck, you don't even have to adjust. You're tired. Today has taken everything that you thought you had mentally. You thought the slums were bad. You thought addiction to certain narcotics was bad, but you haven't seen displaced fear as you've just seen today. And it bothers you that you don't know where it's coming from. It bothers you that these people are so willing to give up their lives.
It does. And she keeps drinking, and eventually, I think she'll do a sending before completely falling asleep. Probably while people are still there, I think she's kind of tuned out the rest of the party. And it's just completely like lost in thought. And she'll send a message to Kina. Just I was gonna say, I think I made a mistake here. I might be in too deep. You know what to do if shit hits the fan too badly. I miss you.
Gina's your the lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The best oldest friends.
The bestie. You hear a reply in your head. I don't know what's going on, but we miss you. If you need to come home, whatever it is they're doing to you, if you think it's wrong, and then it stops there.
Then she just one to her mom that just says, I miss you. Don't know when I'll be home. Hopefully soon.
Your mom replies with a very short, very loving, I miss you too, baby.
Then she has a little cry.
You all see Gunlock cry.
To pat.
Is Valerius even sober enough to register that she's crying?
I think you register that she's crying.
You assume that she's a drunk crier.
Ah.
Make
That-
She
make
really
me
comes off as a very drunk, like emotional drunk, hey? That's Gunlog.
How fast has Valerius been drinking? Is the real question.
Since the turn of him being tipsy, he's like, "Oh, this pineapple juice is great." Constantly drinking without a care of a world,
Oh,
assuming the drink is
no.
not alcoholic.
Okay, make me 2 Constitution saving throws.
Oh, damn.
Wait, he hasn't realized it's alcoholic yet?
No, he has not. That's
Okay.
why he's like drinking with
If you're like
abandon.
putting it down, I'll be like, hey, you should really slow down with that.
No, Valerius at this point is like, at the point of tipsy, he's just like chugging straight from the bottle, no longer pouring it into the glass.
I
It's too
probably
late
like
now.
tap me like you probably want to slow down with that.
But
like,
it's too late. Okay, what
do you
happens
mean?
as soon as you say that, Valerius, you stand up to protest, but your up
the
is
vision gets
down.
blurry, and
And
then you
as you fall and wonder why somebody has put the floor upwards, you see Gunlog's face is tears streaked with tears, and her eyes are red. But before you can say anything, you go to sleep.
Oh.
Cute.
What do you mean slow down? Stands up, falls
I'm
down.
and I think that is a good place to end for today. It's a bit early, but I think everybody needs a rest after all that body horror. I will see everyone next week.
Okay.
I think the
Sounds
title of
good.
this one is like "It Got Worse."
It got worse.
That's so bad.
No.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.